People of the world, it's your host, Alex Koons. I'm sitting down here at Hot Tongue Pizza, and I'm bringing you a first for us, a first for Pie to Pie. We sat down with a whole family working in pizza. John, Laura, Kaiden, and Johra. Sounds like a rap, but it's not. It's a wonderful, beautiful Holt family. I met John and his beautiful wife on a sidewalk in Las Vegas last year. I was walking to Pizza Expo and I was stopped and they said, "Oh my God, are you Alex Koons?" And it was the best day of my life. We hung out at the expo. It was a great chat. We stayed in touch, and John and Laura have a pizza company, Sunday Pizza Company. They are kicking ass. They are making squares. They are making rounds. They're bringing full fridges to farmers markets. They're doing it as a family as well. And just such a great attitude. We talk a little bit about mental health. We talk about the kids working at Whole Foods, making time for the pizza pop-up. We talk about Tony G and Slice House. Tony G, if you're listening, let's have a pod. Anyways, we talk about competition, John's journey as a brewer into a pizza maker, letting things happen organically. We talk about buying a Pizza Master oven before even having a place. It's just sitting there in storage, just waiting to be put into a brick and mortar. And we talk about what that transition will be like, how they're going to do that and attack that opportunity when it comes, but not rushing it and doing things organically. I felt the love sitting at the table with all of them. We had a great pod here. I know you're going to enjoy this episode as much as I did because knowledge is dropped. The youth are the future. And these ones were much more well-spoken than I was at 20 and 22 years old. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday Pizza Company. You can, you won't, and you don't stop. Coming at you is sabotage. Intergalactic planetary, but spiral mixers forever. Before we start the pod, I want to shout out our sponsor, Zabs. Zabs is incredible. Both their hot sauce sit on every table at Hot Tongue. Their St. Augustine and original are mind-bending. I'm talking naturally sweet heat and their signature slow burn. They got this secret pepper from Florida called the Datil. It is hot, it is sweet, it is perfect on pizza, on eggs, on anything. And I know that anyone who tries it is gonna love it. If you don't know about Zabs, you gotta check them out. And you know who put me on their hot honey, which I think is better than all of them? Nick Camacho. Shout out the man, the myth, and the legend for putting me on this. I didn't even like hot honey before this, but Zabs changed my mind. I wouldn't put it on every table at Hot Tongue if I didn't believe in how much it could enhance pizza. Do yourself a favor and go check out Zabs. You will not be disappointed. Anyways, I'll stop talking now. Let's get to the pod. Let's go.
Well, probably 8 years ago, we started making pizza on Sundays. Like we always had Sundays and kind of Mondays off together as a family. So we use that for church and for eating and hanging out. And so we made pizza together as a family. But I think before then, we were kind of like me and Kaiden and Mom. We kind of brewed beer for a while.
Nice.
So we're really into that. And I think we did some contests, and then we ended up winning first place in the state of California for sour beer. And then I think like after you like make it like to like some like accomplishment, you're like, I'm done. I don't know if that's really like a normal thing, but I just stopped brewing after that.
Drop the mic like, yo, yeah. I won the sour competition, y'all. Game over.
Yeah, it was just like they had like some, it was cool. They had like dinner and like he got some award, and it was cool. But I think I just was done drinking. I just didn't want to drink anymore. I think I just stopped drinking. That just was not good for me. So we just stopped brewing after that. And then Laura and Johra, they started making pizza at home. And it kind of piqued my interest because I was always into like fermentation and whatnot. So we just started making it. And then when would you say we started eating like Detroit pizza?
Probably around 2019 or so, 2018. When we went to San Francisco, we went to Joyride Pizza.
Okay.
Just kind of walking down the street, walked past their pizza place, and it smelled amazing. And we're like, we were actually on our way to dinner somewhere else. I don't even remember where. And we're like, hey, let's have a slice. Then we went back and we had a slice and we're like, you know what? Let's just eat here tonight. So we didn't even go to our dinner reservations.
Yeah.
And then like after that, it was just, we just went home and started trying to figure out how to make Detroit pizza.
Had you ever had Detroit at that point? Did you even know what it
No.
was? Like when you walked in, were you just like,
Nope.
oh
No,
shit, what is this?
New world.
Yeah, we were kind of clueless when it came to pizza. Like, and even then, I think still we're kind of clueless. Like our style is like not. I wouldn't even consider our style Detroit. Like having like a traditional Detroit, because just recently there's a super cool restaurant. It's called the Slice House. It's owned by
Tony G?
yeah. So our house is like here, and like if you like blink and you throw a rock, Tony G's spot's here.
Is that new? Because he's like franchising a shit ton of them.
It's a
Brand
franchise,
new.
yeah.
Brand new. So like,
Like, are you being
right down the street.
sarcastic
nah,
or
being-
okay?
No, it's right down the
it's
street.
like
It's
it's
right.
literally like
It's literally right down the
You
street.
No, I
Let's
know,
do it.
but is it like you still call it a really cool spot?
nah, it's not cool. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, and I don't want to get off topic, but
That's what this is all about.
when you put everything you can into a place, you know, and we try to be super patient. And I learned patience a long time ago from this company called Russian River Brewing Company.
Yes.
Like they have this place in Santa Rosa, and their motto is always do everything organically and just not try to rush things and not try to rush things for like benefit of money and stuff like that. And like, I guess just personal accolades, I guess. They just want to do everything just mellow. And that's always been kind of like our thing. When you put all that work into it and you're just up early in the morning, you're late nights making dough and you're just doing all this stuff. And it's just, you're just kind of like, I don't know. And then when you try it and it's not really all there, you know?
Mhm.
So we did have the Detroit, like the other little soft opening, I guess, where you go in there and you could get like pizza for free, I guess. We're
Oh,
like,
nice.
we
That's a
got-
good deal.
I kind of just wanted to see the setup.
They were doing training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing training. So we kind of just want to see the setup, you know, because we really like to one day open a spot, you know. We're still like really hesitant, reserved a little bit. But we went there, they gave us free pizza. And they're like the Detroit, and the reason why I brought Tony's is like he is supposed to be doing things like quote unquote, like by the style, you know.
Mhm.
Like ours is nothing like it.
Yeah.
We have like a little more airy crust, you know, it's a little more thicker than the traditional like shorter crust that he would make. And it has a lot, just, I don't know, it looks like almost a work of art, I guess, is what people compliment on Laura. They say the presentation's amazing. So like that's kind of what we're known for in our area.
When was it like, yo, like we got something good here, like let's go ahead next step. Let's look at trailers and let's find places to pop up.
Go ahead.
Actually, I think it was Johra. She started researching Polish and this is before like, what's that guy's name that we met in Vegas?
Vito.
Yeah, Vito.
We were just talking about him.
Yeah, this is before Vito. This is before a million followers. This is before any of that stuff.
Yeah.
She was researching pizza and like Polish, and then like how to make that stuff, and that's kind of how I got interested in it. But it was basically her that started doing like the pre-ferment,
Mhm.
and
I wanted to know more about the science behind pizza. So we did the Polish and we experimented with that for a while. And I don't know. It was kind of something that I just did, try to make it a little bit, you know, do something extra instead of just putting flour and water together.
the pizza was just different.
Yeah.
It was just something. We lived in a small county called Amador County before we moved over to Folsom, and there was nothing. I mean, you're getting like, you know, with pizza.
You had Round Table or
Yeah,
Mountain
yeah.
Mike's as your choice.
Yeah, I mean,
Round Table's fire though.
yeah. I mean, that's all you
They're
get.
fire
Let's go. Let's go.
That's all you get. So then we ate our own, you know, and we're like that typical family, you know, where, you know, and you get everybody that says the same stories, and you hear them all, you know, at our events and whatnot. You know, hey, I got a uni at home, and I got, you know, this stuff in my oven, and that's what we did. That's what we had. I mean,
Yeah.
and it was good.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, this is great. You know, we were like, you know, we got something, and I don't know if we really did or not at that time. You know, and it's you know, pizza is pizza, but I think it's just the fact that we did as a family is what like really like, and that's kind of where we really focused on. We really focused on having something as a family, because when you're a family, everybody's doing their own thing. Like everybody has their own hobbies, everybody has their own things that are going on. And like today's so busy in this world, you know, with like phones and whatnot, it's just, we gravitate towards things that we kind of like do together. So it's always been something we kind of like, you know,
Yes, and it probably gets harder and harder the older y'all get to have things in common and to, you know, to make time to connect. And so like it's great that this thing is, and you guys are willing to help out and are interested into it. It's like a whole family affair.
For sure.
And you're not like, there's no like, hey, you're working tonight. Like, and we're not paying you kind of stuff. No child labor, because I can't wait. I talk about it all the time. Once Levi's big enough, he's doing dishes back there for me.
Yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes it's late nights and sometimes we have some events where there's just a lot of people and we have to do extra stuff and we have to chip in, you know, and it is just part of it, you know, and everybody's understanding and we all are understanding and we all kind of like, you know, there's nights where we're just like super tired and we're like, we got to do this, we got to do that. And, but you know, everybody's really cool. I mean, I think we just do it because I don't know. It's not really, like I said, it's not so much based on like what you get out of it. It's what we kind of put into it and how we feel about it. And I think we just feel really good about what we do. Yeah. And we get such a good reception from what we do, and it's just those little tiny feedbacks, you know, and little things that people say just really reaffirm, you know, like we're not crazy.
Yeah,
I guess.
Of course. I mean, that validation is important.
Yeah, and we're not asking for it, but a little bit here and there, you know, when people like, you know, and you get all the people, you know, like people that say they're from Detroit. You know, I'm from Detroit. You know, I know. I've had Detroit. Yeah, I've had. You know,
we should talk more about I'm all about the New York guys, but yeah, the Detroit thing is a real thing too.
Well, people say, you know,
East Coast, we know what good pizza is.
And there are people that.
You ever been to Buddy's? Detroit.
There are people that have said like they've had like I think Blue Pan Pizza is like really well known, like Denver or whatnot. Mm-hmm. They've said they've had them and you know like can compare it, and so to be compared and to be like saying ours is like I don't want to say better than theirs because I never had it, but
he's saying better.
Yeah, I'm saying better. I guess what I'm saying is that to people tell us that it's just yeah, it's their words, not ours.
Yes,
it just makes you kind of feel good, like hey, you know, we're just a little family that just you know really, and everything we do, we don't cut corners on anything like in ingredients or whatnot, and we've had these conversations about dietary things, about being vegan and whatnot. So we only use like super high-end stuff and we're really careful about everything we do. And we make sure everything we do is like
top notch.
Yeah, I guess.
I like what you said. I don't think I've ever heard that. It's what we put into it, not what we get out of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty profound. I like that. I'm definitely gonna put that on the whiteboard for myself.
Well, it's like when you're in a business with like with your family, I think there's a little bit more emotion attached to it.
Of course.
So when you're tired, like you do an event and you're tired and you're coming home and you know there's like dishes that need to be done or dough that needs to be prepped for the next day. It's like it's part of it's just trying to be as selfless as possible because you understand that everyone else is tired, but we're all trying to work in to make it happen. For the better of the family and for you know our passion, which is pizza.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you want to build a team. When you build a team at a restaurant, you know, you use the word family a lot. You know, but there's a difference between like people that come in and they get their paycheck, and of course, like they're here for a short time, and you want to make it the best time possible. You guys are forever. If you fire, you can't fire your kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if you do, it gets real gnarly.
It's a little messy.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, I love having them. You know, and you know they're going to college and they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, I hope they don't ever move out. You know, they're great to have, and everybody just it's good. And that is one of our worries. And you brought up hiring people. Our biggest fear, because of the reception we get, and we've only been doing this for like a little over a year, is the fact that we won't be able to keep up. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that because we kind of model our place as like a place like kind of like we talked about Tommy's place, just a small like spot, you know, something that's just kind of organic and grow into something. We don't want nothing. We don't want to be too, you know, get ourselves in kind of trouble. I guess.
Yeah.
Be overwhelmed.
Yeah, be overwhelmed. And so, like when you say about family, it's hard. I think that's one thing I struggle with personally is like finding good people and finding like help, you know. And I think that's why we haven't reached out to nobody, and we put a lot of stress on ourselves because I guess there's that trust. I don't know. It's really weird. It's more of a mental game. It's a mental issue because you really want to give your customers the best thing. That, you know, you don't want to shortchange on anything.
Yeah.
You know, and I think when running the business, especially running a mobile place and running a wood fire, I mean, after you use a wood fire oven, you're like, yeah, this is cool, and the people like the wood fire, but honestly, man, we bought the same type of oven you have, sort of. I mean, you got like some really nice model, but we bought a Pizza Master because I think I just want the consistency. I think
You bought a Pizza Master?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Are you taking it? You take it
You can't
on
power it.
pop-ups?
We don't
No.
have
It's in our. It's
You got it in
stored away.
It
Yeah.
just was a good deal. And we couldn't
Did
pass
you get it
up.
from Al the Pizza Buddha?
Yeah.
Dude, shout out Al, man.
Yeah.
Alistair keeps coming up on this fucking podcast.
I mean, Alistair.
Shout out
Yeah.
the Pizza Buddha, baby.
Alistair was super cool.
Yeah.
And the place we bought it from, I mean, on the coast, and it was a
rough drive.
Where'd you go to pick it up?
It was on the coast.
It was like somewhere right below San Francisco.
Well, you got the cheapest Pizza Master. I mean, you got a deal.
We even got less than what Alistair wanted to get us to pay for. So we kind of like got it less than that, and it was a good deal.
What model is it? Because you don't see a lot of used ones.
No, you don't.
An
That's-
833? Is it an 833 3-deck?
no, it's a
Two deck.
2-deck.
2-deck.
Yeah.
This big?
Same
No,
width
it's
as
about
the-
the
It's the same width?
Yeah, same
Oh,
width.
okay. So
Just
then
two-deck.
an 720, 7.
I don't know, man. I just was jazzed. It was a Pizza
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It's a
Dude, if I were you, I'd be like
Master.
sleeping next to that thing. You
Yeah,
know?
I
Like,
know,
when you
like-
put it in storage,
Yeah.
it's killing me.
Well, but it's like
I couldn't plug this thing in for like a year and a half though. So
That's to say, yeah,
It's the
ours
same
has
for
been
us,
about
'cause we don't
6
have
months because it's 3-phase.
Yeah.
I had these dreams of like, you know, I'm gonna put 3-phase in my house. You
Yeah.
know,
No, don't do that, dude.
We couldn't have
No,
all these
dude.
Detroit.
Yeah.
We did
No.
research like 10 grand to fund 3-phase.
Yes.
yeah, no. But like it would make things so much easier. And I guess what I'm going back to is like it's hard because when you're cooking on wood fire and you're really particular about what you're doing and how the pizza comes out, we have a kind of our own style. We like make like a New Yorkish, and I'm not going to say it's like a New Haven style, but I like a crispier New York pizza. Kind of like how you would like reheat a slice, that crisp that you get on the reheat. I just really like, but we don't have like the availability to like reheat stuff. So we do some slices here and there, but it's very rare because the oven is just not. It changes.
Yeah.
You know, with the weather and you know the sun. And I mean, it's just in summertime. It's just brutal sitting in front of a. You know, I mean,
Baking
I don't know.
fire.
I just wish I had AC sometimes. So I think that's it. I kind of like to get away from the wood fire a little bit, you know, and get a little more consistency and be able to like be more, you know, consistent. I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, I keep saying consistent, but yeah, I mean,
I mean,
That's the
that's what
goal.
it is.
That's
yeah,
the goal.
You want to
Mhm.
be
His
as
goal is just
consistent
to
as
be-
possible.
Not the same pizza every time.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what you see is what you get. You know.
Well, I think running a restaurant, consistency is probably one of the most important things. Obviously, like that's why you got Taco Bells and Jack in the Boxes, because you know what you're getting every time.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Like there, you're getting a spicy chicken sandwich in Oregon, or you're getting it in
It's the most frustrating thing.
South Dakota. It's going to be
The
just
same
as
thing.
fire.
The
you
most
know?
frustrating thing going to a place and it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a complaint that you get all the time. Like, you know, you blow somebody away and then they come back in and they have the same thing. And it's like, man, like this isn't the same. And like, that's the worst thing you want to hear, you know? It's like, but there's so many variables. And especially when you're using a wood fire oven, like depending on the weather, the wood you're using, like how and when you started the fire, like you're playing with an instrument. I always call an oven an instrument. But yeah, Pizza Master is going to be much more consistent than a wood fire oven. I mean, you're literally playing a 12-string guitar. I think that's what I compared it when I was talking to Ryan. And that's That's a 4-string bass, baby. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
yeah, no, right. I couldn't agree more. Like, and Ryan, you picked the perfect person. Ryan's such a good dude. It's just tough.
Yeah.
It's just, we even thought about like buying like a small pizza master and like just cooking everything like ahead of time and running like a kitchen with our big pizza master, and then just doing slices with the small pizza master, because it's tough. I don't see like a longevity us using a wood fire. I just, as much as I like it and I like the nuance and I like the old, vibe.
The old world.
Yeah.
It brings interest to the
Yeah.
company, and people like
The
it.
alchemy.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
characteristic.
Yeah, people always ask about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a visual piece, though. Like,
It's very
anytime there's fire, it's like the cavemen in us, It's like, ooh, fire! Like, it doesn't get
Men with
old.
fire.
Yeah,
It invokes a lot of like conversations for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
It's a conversation piece.
yeah, everybody has one. They're building in the backyard. They got it next to their tent.
They got their
whatever.
fire uni.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I got one of those. I got an uni. It does the same thing. It's pretty much. I can do what you do.
when we're at
What's your
I know
hydration?
exactly what you're doing here.
What's your hydro, bro?
when we're
Yeah.
at
What kind of
farmers
wood do you
markets
use?
and stuff.
Almond wood.
It'll always be the dads that like walk around and they're like on like hands on their knees, like looking in, kind of like they're looking at a car, and they're like, so, how'd you get this on the trailer?
Yeah.
We're like,
Was that a Hemi? Was that a F4 150? What do you got under the hood there?
what do you pull it with?
Yeah.
It's definitely a conversation starter. But
You guys got like full lowboys that you pull out to, like you have fridges.
yeah, technically we can do like a restaurant with the setup we have.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we can really work in a 13 by 13 space.
Yeah.
And we've done it for a lot of people at some pretty crazy events. And it's hectic because it's just us four. We've never ever had anybody else help us. So we technically, we rolled on this prep table that we store our dough in, because our main concern was dough consistency and dough temp, especially in the hot summertime. It was like over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that our dough isn't like overproofing, and we had issues, because sometimes our events take a while. So we just made sure we were able to bring a prep table, and I think that was key for us because we can always keep everything by temp. And then we run a couple of like those
Domestics.
Domestics. They're like these battery powered fridges, but they're
Like
like,
a little
Ice box.
ice chest.
Yeah.
but it's refrigerated.
So we run those off of like electricity, and it just works great.
Yeah.
But again, the setup and the takedown and moving and
Yeah, that's a
mobile,
big
It's
Right.
like a half
That's-
an hour, 45 minutes each time.
Easy. Were you wheeling the fridge into a truck?
oh, it's easy. It just goes down the
Yeah, it
driveway
goes down
into
the
the truck.
driveway.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has like a ramp that comes
Okay.
down.
There's a little spot that it stores in.
Okay.
And there's a
It's
little ramp
actually-
that goes right up. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's actually really easy. I think it's just setup and breakdown. Like I have like these visions where I just come to a spot, and I can just turn the music on and make dough and
Yeah.
just like meditate, know. And I do think like that's your like alone time.
Yes.
And I'm hoping one day that happens, and that's kind of like the retirement goal, I guess, if that's, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, what are the steps you are taking to make that happen?
I think the location is our biggest concern, because where we live in Folsom, and this could get a lot deeper than that question, and I think it revolves around me a lot in regards to like mental health stuff, because I have this fear of them driving long distance, running the place or whatever, or driving like on the freeway. I just have these own things that are going on in my head. So I guess when you're dealing with business and you're dealing with those outside things that you're conflicted with in your head,
Yeah.
it's hard to put like your like an actual spot over what's comfortable. And I think that's where my barrier is. I need to make sure I'm comfortable in my brain before we actually open a place. So I need to make sure it's close to the home. And with Tony G's right down the street from us, like it's tough because now you're kind of like competing now with Tony G's.
So did that just happen?
It did.
And
It did.
you
They're
guys
opening in
did,
February,
did y'all
of
see
course.
it coming?
Without our intent was to open a place in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because we live
I remember.
we live in a new place in Folsom. It's a new community. And then there was a place we wanted, it'd be cool, I had to take my bike or like electric skateboard, and I just go down to the spot, and do what I need to do. That was the intent. But then, like I said, someone threw a wad of cash at this place, and they got a Tony G's, and that's that. So I mean, and I'm nothing against them. Good for them. But when you're a little guy and you're just trying to and like I said, it's not about making a lot of money. It's just about surviving and giving back and doing something that you're happy with. And I think that's the goal. So I think we just need to find a place.
Yeah, well, I think it's important. Like, I know Tony G. Everyone knows Tony G. But a lot of regular people in the world, like if I ask my mom who Tony G is, she's not going to know. You know what I mean? Slice House, that's what you buy when you get a franchise, right? You feel like you're buying this name. You get all the recipes. And you pay your fees, and that's what it is. But I would never let that stop or like make you feel, because what you do and like already how you talk about it, what you have going on with the family here, like that is so different than a Slice House, and your community is going to know that, and it's way easier to get behind this kind of shop than maybe it is with Tony G's. And no, I'm not talking shit on Tony G's shop. It's just like you want to support the people in your community, and you want to be a part of the community. And I think that there's a place for every kind of pizzeria. I mean, look at Los Angeles. There's fucking 15 pizzas per neighborhood, like per square foot now, and there's room for everyone because everyone does different stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I like that. It's a refreshing answer, because that's kind of how I feel too. And I got nothing but love for everybody in the pizza industry. And it's cool, and I think that's why I really love Ryan and at Sanctuary Pizza, and just the people around us. And the more we get to know our community is what it's about. And I think just knowing you, we just met you walking down the street, and it's just a cool story. And it's just it something so simple as just flour, water, and some tomato sauce and some cheese just brings people together. And I don't know. I just think it's the community. It's what I think it's the reason why we're kind of even in it.
For sure.
Yeah.
And pizza community is a good community.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I feel like it's one of the most sacred practices, sharing a meal and bringing people together over food, and it's something that people have been doing for thousands of years. And to be in this industry, especially in pizza, which is a simple, complex food. I don't know what it is about the industry, but I mean 99% of everybody in this industry that is doing it are just the sweetest people in the world.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Super helpful anytime we've ever had a question. You've always been there. Same thing with Ryan. Ryan's always, been able to help us out with any, little technical questions that we might have had. And even when we were at the Pizza Expo last year, just random strangers that you're talking to are helpful and give you little tidbits of information,
Yeah.
Yeah. Every little bit helps, Everybody's been so kind with knowledge. So it's been good. But yeah, go back to your question. I think it's just a spot and maybe finances too. We don't know about. I guess we never really opened anything like that, so we really don't know. And that's kind of why we bought the Pizza Master. We saw, hey, it's a good deal, and we don't want to be in debt, so we got the money. Let's just buy it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of technically with everything we have a pizzeria with everything we have. We just need a little spot. We've amassed everything. We have all our double fridges. We have
everything.
Multiple fridges and all kinds of. We have everything. Maybe a little bigger mixer, but we have everything. So
you just need basically a space with a hood and the electricity to run everything.
The space with the hood, something that is. We got to get past all that health department stuff and the space. And
do you want seating? Do you want minimal seating?
Minimal seating.
Yeah.
Like what Tommy has at the start is basically no seating.
Yeah.
I think we need is we get a big demand. A lot of people message us all the time about our pizza, and people actually want us to sling pizza out of our house, which that's not really what we're about. But I think we just had a small spot that was available for everybody that hits us up all the time. That's what we need. We don't really need anything more than that, where they just come get it and then go. And I think that Tommy's place was just the perfect kind of thing for us first. I think we need to start off something like that.
I think that's super smart, and I think that a lot of people maybe want something like this, you know. And
This
I always
nice.
I always like
nice.
to use myself as an example because I made many mistakes. Do I love having this space now, and do I love having it filled up like with chatter and people enjoying themselves? It's like it's the greatest experience, like when this place comes alive and is a thing. Although if I could go back and do it again, you know, you can always start very small, and I think that's the move. You get the small space, and you can always grow into a bigger one, and there you have more flexibility to concentrate on the food and just like get the people what they need, and creating this kind of experience can come later if you even want to do that, you know. And so, shout out Tommy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That space is
Tommy's
legit.
doing-
He's turning and burning.
Other than the ground,
Other than the ground shaking,
Yeah.
super sus.
I feel like
one more little 5.5 and that thing might be on Silver Lake Boulevard.
It's gonna blow on you one day.
But Tommy himself, though, you know, he's got the catering thing going, and he's doing that small spot, but he's opening up probably a space bigger than this in Chinatown.
Good for
So
him.
he's grown
Good for
grown
him.
his business into a dining experience, and that's what he wants to do. So
I think he's
It's a
done
great
it.
example.
Yeah, I think he's done it right, and I think that's the same model we kind
He
of
grew
want.
organically.
And
Yeah.
I was really impressed when I heard that that's kind of how he did it. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not crazy.
yeah,
You know, maybe this is legit. You know, maybe I should do it like we've already talked about. You know, so it just reaffirms kind of like your thought process already.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And one thing that I do like about growing organically, or something that makes it feel a little bit more comfortable, is you know that there's already an audience of people, well, not an audience, I guess, a customer base that already trusts you and likes your food and that kind of stuff. So when you open, it makes you, it's comforting. It makes you feel like you're actually, you get, the reciprocation that a lot of people, when they start restaurants right off the bat, don't always.
Well, you front loaded all the work already, so like people know your name, they know you in the community, and you already have a customer base, so
Yeah.
you are set up
And
much
the word
better.
just spreads
Yeah.
organically.
You're not just
Yeah.
going in blind.
Exactly. See, to me, like that's the beauty of like what you can do now with a pizza trailer or a Gosney dome, is that like you can basically R&D and then set up at a farmer's market or a pop up, and like you can test your product before like making the big jump, and like
To
you
an
can do it in
expensive spot.
stages.
Yeah.
Before you used to just like say like, yeah, I'm gonna open up a pizzeria, and you just get in here and start baking in a baker's pride, and be like, hopefully people like this,
Hopefully it tastes good.
and be like, y'all are much better set up than most people probably 5 years ago, because you have namesake, you have committed to the community, and people have had your food.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I mean, JoJo's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It feels good to have people that keep coming back, and we literally have people that
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
People
Come
come
back.
back.
like, and I don't know if it's something like I said, like our style. It's not the Detroit's aren't the same. I don't even know what you call it. Like, I don't even know if I really even subscribe to the whole style game.
Like,
Like,
call it a square.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what it says on
Like,
our menu.
it's just
square
like-
pizza.
That's what we call Sunday squares.
My favorite thing on the menu is ricotta limon, because I just think of Bacardi limon.
That's probably good.
Yeah,
That's probably good.
I
though.
was like, dang, dude. Are you a big Beastie Boys fan?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
big
Yeah.
Beastie
Yeah.
Boys
For
fan.
sure.
A lot of. I felt like there was some Beastie Boys stuff going on
The
on the
the
menu.
shirt shot, the
Yeah.
sabotage, it's
Yeah.
all like from the Beastie Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, we,
Pay homage to them.
yeah, we're paying homage. We're not even making any money off them.
Yeah,
No,
we're not
no,
making
no.
any money.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Who-
we may change some names.
No, I think it's a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Are people coming up to you and asking you, do you have vegan options? Do you have vegan meats? Well, guess what? A lot of them are not that good, but there is one that reigns superior, and that is Beehive. Everything that they make at Beehive is levels ahead of what you can get in a grocery store. Their pepperoni, their crumbled sausage, their cheeses, there is no contest. And the owner is one of the coolest people I have ever met. They make incredible products that go on your pizza, and it is dope plant food. That's what they call it, and that's what it is. Beehive, the best. Look no further if you are being hounded by your customers about, "Ooh, we want the vegan meats. We want the vegan cheeses." It's Beehive, baby. Straight out of Nashville. Good people, great product. Check them out. What's up with like all the graphics? Who's doing those?
That's
Where do
me.
those come from? Yeah?
I just like art, and so I like old world stuff, like vintage stuff, mixed with like new stuff, and I just really gravitate towards that. And I wish I had more time for social media. I think I could do a lot more than what I'm doing, but I do use like a lot of Adobe products, and I've always used kind of a lot of Adobe, like Illustrator, Photoshop, stuff like that. So, and it's just and with your phone, you're mashing between like 20 different apps to get to one final product, because they all don't do like the same thing you want to do. So like I haven't found like one actual app that I like. So I have to like bounce back and forth to do certain things, like different functions. So, but yeah, I mean.
Well, you got like, I don't even think there's like you can't even look at any of your pizza on your Instagram. It's like a bunch of robots and space people and shit.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, this is a vibe right here, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, man. I always been kind of like turned away, like when I go to restaurants and they have like this massive menus and there's like pictures of all their stuff, and like they got the scrambled eggs and like, the pancakes and the bacon. Marketing. And I'm just like
a Cheesecake Factory novel.
It is good, but we like to keep it like simple and fun. And maybe this is a bad thing. We don't really take ourselves too serious, so we like to just be like our family. Like we like to have fun. And so I think
it makes it easier to stay in it.
Yeah,
of course.
Like it makes it easier to, what Kaiden said, swallow all the tough times, because there are some tough times. I mean, there's some times where it's just like, oh man, and you got a million other things going on, because we all work regular jobs.
Yeah.
No one's separated themselves for a job to do this full time at the moment. That is the plan in the future, but at the point, the kids are still, they're Whole Foods, and they're
both of y'all are stars.
Whole
All right, Whole Foods.
Yeah.
What departments are we working in?
I work in produce.
Prep foods.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favorite
So
station is
he
pizza.
gets to make pizza at work.
I get to make pizza.
Every once
That's
in a
what's
while.
up. That's what's up. Apparently, what I understood is that like Pizza Masters actually were like the way they got over here, and there was most distribution was through Whole Foods. So like a ton of them had Pizza Masters, and that was kind of the account that really brought them to the United States.
Yeah, we use just a gas fire.
Do you show up all your coworkers?
Oh,
Oh,
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people that only get pizza when he's making it.
All right.
Leadership doesn't recommend
First
it,
stop
though.
when I'm in NorCal is your Whole Foods to try the
You
pizza.
gotta go.
I gotta
when
go
he's
Sunday
making
first.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, of course.
for sure.
Yeah,
And
you
then
gotta
I'll
go
compare
Sunday
the two.
first.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is this better than this is a little better than the Whole Foods pizza?
yeah.
You like working in produce?
I do, yeah. I it's really enjoyable for me. I mean, I have a good team, and also, like, I eat a vegetarian diet, vegan, plant-based.
Yeah.
And so being in produce, it's kind of cool because you get to learn a little bit more about, different things. Some people, and a lot of people that go to Whole Foods, like you can even learn from the customers because they're like, a lot of people that do go there have these like different diets, these vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, all kinds. And you can learn some knowledge from them about different things that they, are making, they're shopping for. And I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bring it back home.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I worked in produce for 5 years.
Did you?
Yes.
Nice.
What's up?
I at Central Market in Shoreline, Washington, and I loved it. I would stack the apples and like do the big
It's so
displays of the
calming.
Super Bowl.
So
And
it's
It's so
artwork.
cool.
yeah, it was. And I would I would like sign my displays.
You just like
People
carve into the wood.
Yeah,
You're like,
no, I would like literally, because you do it on like Apple boxes and stuff sometimes, like the big ones, and I'd just be like, Alex Koons.
Yeah.
Because you take pride in that stuff,
Yeah.
especially at Whole Foods. It's very similar kind of market where like the produce sections are like they're bigger and
They
like
really,
they're beautiful.
yeah, they do. They pride themselves on their produce, and they're one of those grocery stores that always like strives to have their big displays that are always nicely put together and that kind of thing. And I definitely like when a customer comes in, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this looks so good! Like, who did this?" I'm like, "Me, no big deal."
Check the signature. You know what I'm saying? That's
You
your
want my
girl.
autograph?
Joe.
Yeah, she shoots me photos of her
I
display.
always send him
sure.
photos of like displays that I'm doing, and I'm like, "Look at this! Look what I did!" And he's like, "Oh, it looks great."
Yeah, be like, look at all the stuff I had to cull. It's like the coal barrel where you're just throwing away fruit.
Yeah, Cole, and there's people that come in and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing with that?" And I'm like,
going in the compost, and they're like, well, can I have it? And I'm like, this is at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can give it to you. This is a corporate run company. I don't know.
I'm trying to keep my job, so the answer is
Yeah, so the answer is probably not. Thanks.
Compost is in the back though. So, speaking of Whole Foods and like grocery stores, has it been hard to like find ingredients or get stuff because being a pop up? Like, where are you getting most? Like, do you use Grande or?
Yeah, so we do use Grande. We swear by it, and like we'll shut down like our events. And I hate to say this, but we won't do things unless we have what we need. Because we don't substitute anything.
Holding that same high
so
standard.
we use Grande. We get it from a little company. It used to be privately owned called Saladino's, but they just got bought
by Cisco, right?
No, by
U.S. Foods.
Yes Foods.
Yes Foods. I was gonna say Whole Foods because we were just talking about
Jeff Bezos buying up everything. He's going to space and now he's
Trying to
buying
take
food
over the
companies.
world.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff, dude. Sponsor this podcast, my boy.
For real.
So we get everything from Saladino. So we use Stanislaus tomatoes. We make our own kind of sauce.
Do you have to do like a will call situation?
We do.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a spot, so we have to pick it up like every couple weeks. We kind of try to plan ahead, but usually it's every week.
Y'all just like storing everything in your garage? You got a storage unit for this pizza master?
We have super clean. Garage. We clean everything else like a hospital. So I mean, it's just really clean there. And we have the big true refrigerators in there. Basically, it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
But we just make sure everything's like super like tidy and organized, and then we just try to be pre-planned because we our events sometimes get kind of crazy, but we do use Grande. We use Stanislaus as far as our flour and stuff. It's pretty simple. I mean, we get a lot of stuff from Central Milling, but we do mill our own flour. So
mill your own flour?
It's about 15%. Yeah, we mill our own.
Nice. With a mock mill?
Yeah. I don't know if it's not a mock mill. It's
a red wheat berry.
But I don't know the mill name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just thinking the mock mill is the.
It's
little wooden one.
Yeah.
It's about this big.
And so
I bought it off this guy that was pretty sketchy up in the country. But I really envy this guy the more I think about it, and really quick.
He's off the grid.
He's off the grid, and I was thinking this when we went to buy it. I'm thinking, we're not going to make it out of here. And
the hills that lies.
Squeak you like a peel. It was bad, but we made it out with the mill, and it was brand new. And he had like 2 or 3 of them. He's like, "You want to try some bread?" I'm like, "No."
I bet that was the most delicious bread.
It probably was.
It probably was.
I was thinking I was going to wake up somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Make sure you're refusing your bread.
Yeah, I'll take it to go, bro.
So what grain are we using?
Well, it's just red wheat berries. Actually, and we're creatures of habit. We've always bought our wheat berries from this little place called Sprouts.
It's another grocery store.
I know Sprouts.
Yeah.
Shout out Sprouts.
Yeah.
Shout out Sprouts. We're just giving shout outs to all these grocery stores.
Let's get that sponsorship. Sprouts, also a nice produce section at Sprouts.
Sprouts has some Sprouts.
Someone want to open like a restaurant for us? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm giving you all these.
Come on, sponsor us, Sprouts.
So we buy our wheat berries from Sprouts.
Okay.
We just always have.
Yeah.
And we probably should get them in bulk from Central Milling, but we just haven't.
That way.
Yeah. It's probably more cost effective. It's probably better, but I don't know. I don't see us for sure in the future buying stuff from Sprouts, but yeah, I mean.
Just those people that come in with like 10 shopping carts, or just taking all their red wheat berries.
So we use a mixture of berries.
Here they come again.
That we do, and we mix some of our flours. And we
do a little blend.
Yeah, we do a blend. So our Detroits, I guess our squares are different than our rounds.
Not only with like a little bit semolina, but just different ratios and
stuff, and different hydrations, obviously.
Detroit's do.
Detroit's have semolina.
Yeah, they do have a little semolina in them.
You doing bench folds?
Yeah,
for sure.
Long nights sometimes doing our
see
squares.
bench folds in your dreams. You mean doing bench folds while you're like laid on your bed, eyes closed.
They're par bakes.
50-pound dough setups, doing all these bench folds.
Yeah. That's how you get that good though.
Yeah,
but you gotta put the time in. I got some stretch folds I gotta do after y'all leave.
Yeah, put them to work.
Yeah. That's not
Put 'em
just
to
my
work.
stomach every time I bend down these days. You know what I'm saying?
Put them to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Late
Wash
nights.
your hands. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Hey, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah.
It is
so, I
meditative
mean,
though doing that. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's those small things that really make a product
Yeah.
sing in the end. It's that constant love. I mean, you can jack your product up with like a bunch of yeast, and you're gonna get the same maybe crumb structure, but it's not gonna be the same as if you doing every 30 minutes a bench full for 4 hours and putting it in the fridge and doing a lower, slower ferment with home grain like milled flour. It's just all that stuff it's what you put into it, not what you get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. For
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
going back to the same model.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of truth to that.
All that kind of stuff for me personally, it's easier for me to sleep at night and charge $35 for a pizza because I know how much time, I know how much effort, and I know what we're using is better than 90% of what people are doing out there, and that's what's made it important.
Yeah.
You talk about like plant-based diet or like certain diets. It's like we get so far away from our plates sometimes that like you don't even think about how you feel after you eat something because sometimes maybe you're always eating shitty food. And so
Yeah.
when somebody does come in and has 3 slices or 2 slices and like they're like, oh, what is this? I've never felt this light on my feet, and it's like, well,
It's vegan.
After eating
well, yeah. Well, it's because it's vegan. And
You're
there's
like,
yeah, but no, not even that. But like, it's. I mean, that's funny, but it's because it's not Little Caesars. If like you ate Little Caesars all the time, you wouldn't even know that why you are feeling a certain way. You know what I mean?
bunch of grease.
Yeah. Well, the grease and like
Yeah.
even like the pre-made dough from Whole Foods, like you can tell that
It's frozen.
it's a frozen
Yeah.
dough that is probably going to kind of like if you have 2 slices, it's just going to kind of sit right here.
Yeah.
There's going to be some bloat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
You're
thick.
gonna be
It's
carrying
dense.
what's
Yeah.
with it
Dense
for a
pizza.
while.
Whereas like what you guys are making, it's like you could probably crush 2 square slices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
crushed entire Detroits
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And felt fine.
Yeah. And go on a 2-mile walk.
Yeah, we went on this little like square pizza journey in Frisco like a couple months ago.
Oh yeah.
I felt like crap.
It was in
Mhm.
December.
Like it was the
They
worst.
were dense.
It was
Lo-
the worst feeling I've felt in like a long time. Like you said, charging a certain price for your pizza based on what you put into it. There's a lot to be said about that because, I mean, we don't make sacrifices.
I know, and that's a really hard thing to explain sometimes. And really, you're still gonna have that person that like you're gonna have a lot of the time where it's like, holy shit, I've never had pizza like this before.
Yeah.
And that's what you do when you give that good product to somebody that maybe isn't used to it. Like you're elevating the craft. You're elevating that person to kind of have a higher standard. And there also is those people that like you could be the best tasting shit in the world, but if it's $30.
You're not buying
Fuck
it.
that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like it
In
ain't
this
for me.
economy.
It ain't for me. In this
Like that.
economy, they're always going to taste the price. That's
Yeah.
what that's what you're getting judged on, and that comes down to just like not being able to please everyone.
And unfortunately,
Just
our
get ready.
shows
Just get ready for a Yelp account.
Well, actually we're doing really good on Yelp.
Yeah, we do it.
Yeah.
That's
We're-
great.
We're doing good
That's
on
great.
Yelp.
Good.
Not so much on Google.
Google.
Yeah,
not
Google
Google.
reviews.
Yeah.
But there's just not a lot of reviews, or we're getting the
Now
one
we just
stars.
get
We got the
we got one star.
You know,
we
it's
got
the
the
one
I forget the
stars.
lady's name, but she's got a T-shirt coming. I'm super psyched about this shirt. With the wood fire oven, you're gonna have some spots where they're gonna be a little darker than others. The bottom's gonna be super good, but you got varying temperatures. So I guess there maybe been a little like a dark spot on her pizza, and she just straight up gave us like 5 words: "Pizza's burnt, couldn't eat the crust," or what?
She
One
was the one
star.
star and said
That's
pizza
it.
was burnt, couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
And sent
Minimal
it. I
effort
was
in
like,
review,
oh.
1 star. Move on
Hey,
with life.
at first you're like,
Just your first bad
and you're
review.
just
It's hard.
devastated, like
It's
the
depressing.
like the world just came
I
crushing, and then
know.
after a while
So
you're just
hard.
like, you know what, you're lost. And we reached out to the lady and really try to like give her I'll give her 100 pizzas. Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like I want people to be happy,
Yeah.
and she just kind of like was like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't
it's
hear
the
from
only,
her
the only
since.
review
Okay.
she's ever given anybody was ours. So I'm just like, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has like 2 reviews on her account.
Yeah.
So like super psyched about that. But anyhow, I'm glad it happened because, I mean, it just
get it out of the way, pull the lid
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, and listen, there's more coming.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
100%.
For sure.
You're
For
gonna
sure.
get
Can't please
get
everyone.
them 1 stars. Like
I mean, it's
when
something
you get a spot and they're like, "Yo, this pizza was great. This customer service was awesome. Parking lot sucked. 1 star."
She gave,
Get ready for it. People are gonna do the craziest shit. Dude.
yeah, she gave the ambiance. What is it?
she gave
Yeah,
the ambiance
she gave like
a
the,
1,
the
and we were like
environment or the ambience or whatever.
A 3 or,
Yeah.
or something.
something. We were at a
We're at
farmer's
a farmer's
market.
market.
I know.
Yeah, she ranked like each category off of like
You get
A
you're
1
gonna
through
get
5.
100 5 stars,
Hey.
and then you're only gonna concentrate on that one.
But I think
It
I
was
think
burnt. Never
every other
coming
review is a
back.
5-star
Parking
except for
sucked.
that one.
it makes
Later.
it,
It
makes
wasn't.
it easier.
It wasn't burnt.
It makes it
It's-
easier to swallow.
It's crispy.
I'm not
not
gonna
burnt.
defend
I
it.
know.
I'm not
I
gonna
know.
defend it.
I know.
It was what it was, but I'm
Trust me,
definitely
I know
making a
good
shirt.
pizza. It's not burnt.
Yeah, and I think it makes these, it does hurt to get your first, bad review because it's something, put your heart and soul into, but
Yeah.
it makes it easier to swallow when you realize that there's not one restaurant. I mean, if there is, kudos, but there's not one restaurant that doesn't get, a negative review. There's not one. If there is, congrats, but
There isn't.
there's
Yeah. There's no such
but
thing.
you
Unicorns
know,
don't
it's like
exist.
then these people, they're still successful. They're still doing great things. They have restaurants. They have franchises. So at the end of the day, one person who thought your pizza was burnt and give you 1 star because you were at a farmer's market and they didn't like the ambiance, it's not going to bring you down.
Yeah.
You can still go and do all those things that you set your mind to.
Yeah.
that
It's
you
part of
wanna
the
do for
game.
your
Yeah.
business.
It's just it's tough. It comes with the whole thing, and when you have so much passion into what you do, and you really want to and you're so prideful in the product you do and you put out. You really want to make everybody happy, and when you can't please everyone, you're just kind of like, I really want to make it up to this person, but in reality, you just gotta let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like most things.
Yeah,
Just let
there's-
it wash off.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like a
I
surfer.
think as you get older, like maybe you get better dealing with your mind and the things that you can't control. Because your mind is kind of maybe sometimes your worst enemy.
Yeah. Well, that's no doubt. I mean, like, wisdom is just having been through so many experiences. It's always like that first experience that's like, oh, this is devastating. The second time, it's like, oh man, this sucks. And by the third time, you're like, well,
It's not that bad.
yeah, this is whatever. I mean, that's just getting old. Right? That's what you
Yeah.
get. That's what you get. That you gain wisdom because you go through so many things. Wouldn't it just be nice to be like the first time being like, you know what? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? And does this matter? And in this business, you're gonna you kind of get shit on. It's the service industry, and whether
Yeah.
it's gonna be your first build out and things kind of go wrong, or it's 5 1-star Yelp reviews in a row, or
Yeah,
I guess you prepare for the pain, you prepare for the struggle.
for sure. And I think you just need to focus on all the people that keep coming back.
Yeah, and you have. I mean, it's nice that you guys have like a built-in support. Like y'all can probably you have each other, and like most people have a team, right? But like having family and blood is much different because y'all are stuck with each other.
Yeah.
Is there ever a con of being together? Like, do you guys? What's the hardest part about working with each other? You guys take it home, the work home, or 2 weeks from now, are you like, I can't believe you burned that pizza?
No, if anything, it's probably like more between like her and
understand.
I. Like if we're like having to do something, and then like she'll just get a little mouthy, where like
Ooh.
if you have employees,
Call me out on the
they don't
podcast.
talk to you like that generally.
Oh no, they do.
At least mine never have in the past.
Well,
But
We have
like
moments.
she
I'll admit to it.
she won't do it to her boss at work either. But like with me, she'll be like,
It's just part of being family.
And
Like
I'm
you're
just
more
like-
comfortable around people, and you know that but at the same time,
but
That's when you get the write-up slip. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
When
Go
you
talk to HR.
HR.
yeah, HR is sitting right there.
I think the biggest drawback with family is sharing the workload with different things. Like go back to like social media and stuff like that. Sometimes it's taxing when you got so many other things going on to like sit and do the social media and like love your stuff you put out. And I know how much time it takes, and I couldn't imagine. I struggle with trying to figure out how much time, where you find the time. to do everything you do, because it's just like that Wonka video was just insane.
The Wonka video was
Like, that was
my
just-
favorite
It's
thing
an
ever.
amazing video.
That was insane. Like I've grown up with Willy Wonka, and I just
Such a good
when
movie.
you did that, and then you had that little outtake when you were like the little.
My neck was fucked for like 2 weeks. Oh my gosh.
Like, you don't know how much high I was on after I saw that video. I was just like, for like a week, I'm like, that's the biggest
We
thing
kept
ever.
rewatching
We
it.
were
It was
literally like
hilarious.
sitting at a table spitballing, like, what are we gonna do? Come on, guys.
Yeah, because we're like, this
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, we
Like,
got to
it's
bring
just
it up
amps
next
you up.
October.
It,
You know?
you know what I think though, like if once you know, have you made a reel before as a family, like a funny ass reel?
No.
No.
You do
We wanted
one.
to.
You do. The only reason I can even do these things is probably because of Matt. He put me on camera, and like you feel so. It's like weird. You feel like naked and like watching
Yeah.
yourself back, and you're like, "Was that funny?" And you worry
Yeah.
about these things so much. But like the more you do it, it's like, what? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and if as long as you're okay with like looking like an ass, which like I'm real used to it now. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a joker. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Sometimes, and it's okay to laugh at yourself. And still be serious. But like I feel like having if I could do reels with my wife, they would be pretty funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she would do them, and like having the family dynamic, I think you could do some pretty funny stuff.
But it's like, like when you look at the media, it's like nobody ever got, super popular. Nobody like ever got likes or clicks for being like the most serious person sitting in front of a camera, just talking with a monotone. Like if you're gonna,
No one
bring
wants that.
something to the internet or bring something to the people and, share yourself on social media, it should be something that people want to watch.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like, you put everything on Facebook, you put everything on TikTok, you put everything on Instagram, and I just don't. I think I would just tend to gravitate towards Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's just difficult because I feel like there's a responsibility with social media, and I feel like it's like my boss. Like it's Big Brother. Like it says you
I have
gotta
to
do
put out
social
something every
media.
day.
Ooh,
If you're
that's
gonna
a good way
if
of
you're gonna
looking
if
at
you're
it.
gonna do anything in this world, you gotta be on social media. You gotta be on
Yeah.
Facebook.
You gotta
gotta
put
be on
out this
Instagram.
amount of time
You gotta
to
get
get
these
this
likes.
amount.
You gotta do this, and I'm just like, oh, I'm over that. I just want to like make pizza and be happy and like, just be like I love the whole funny aspect, and I have that same kind of character inside of me. You know, I know I could do some funny stuff because I'm kind of stupid and weird, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh, I know it could come out.
yeah, so I think
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
I
out.
think I could do some funny stuff. I think we all could. We're like a pretty funny family, but I think it's just I get caught up by being monitored by social media and the expectation that you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's where I fall short, is because I don't want to overthink it. And I think I overthink it. I overthink it because of this expectation that you're supposed to have all these followers, you're supposed to do this and that, and I could easily post a reel every day and post, this or that every day, but is it genuine? Is
Yeah.
it fun? Do I like it? I think it's false, and I think I'm doing it based on just having to do it. And
Yeah.
I really don't feel like there's a gratification like internally, and I don't get nothing out of it, so I don't post. So like, there's some posts that I have that I've done where I'm just like, I love that. Like it's just the simplest thing, where I just put some face over something, and I'm just like, it just like I could just quit Instagram forever because I'm just like that. I just really like that music with that thing. It it hits home. So I think we definitely could step up our game, but I think it's just has to be on our terms. It has to be done right and organically and with a lot of love.
Like you said, it has to be fun and it has to be genuine, and it is a way for, it's like a big thing for brand recognition, really. You know what I mean? Like your community, whether you have an Instagram or not, is probably going to come out and it's like to a brick and mortar and buy your pizza. And I don't know, even, we might spend 2 hours on a Wonka reel, and it's like, now really, what did we get out of that? Did it get liked and shared? But people forget about it 30 seconds later. What we got out of it was like, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it was about. That's what all those reels are about. Did I wish I could be consistent all the time and push 5 of those out a week? Yes, but then it would kind of ruin everything that we like about it. Coming in, we have the idea, we get dressed up, whatever, we do our thing, and that's what's special about it. And so I totally understand. It's got to be right. It's got to be, the right time, and not this thing that like, I like that you said that like Instagram feels like your boss, because honestly, it feels that way where it's like, I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good enough.
Yeah.
I'm not doing, and it's like, doing good enough? What? Who are you talking to? Like, what? Who
Or are you not doing good
Master,
enough?
I will post more. Like, it feels that way. Like, that's such a funny thing to think about, but that's a reel right there. Feed me more content. Give me your soul. All right,
sure.
Let's wrap it up there. I got the most important question for all of you, and here it comes.
No, this one.
Yeah, I know
Who
which one this
is the greatest artist or band of all time?
We kind of pre-thought this one because we love your podcast. I think we have our own, and I really can't pinpoint one person, but I think we fluctuate through life with, again, I'll bring up mental health because it's just something that's not talked about enough. Recently, I've been really listening to a lot of ambience and a lot of like meditation stuff, but I'm so fixated on this album. It's written by Brian Eno,
Nice.
and Fred again.
Yeah.
It's this album that I just can't, like, I'm sitting in my cold plunge at home and I just like this album that just brings mental tears to me. Like, it's just the greatest, most emotional album in regards to like mental health, and like it brings up a lot of good things about suicide in there. And there's just like, it's just a positive album. I just wish it would hit everybody and everybody would sit down and like be forced to listen to this album. Like, it's probably one of my top 5 albums that I've ever listened to in my life.
Oh yeah.
Just is super good. So shout out to
Shout out
Freddie
Fred.
Eno and Fred.
It's just amazing. Just a great album. But anyhow, sorry.
No worries. No, that's great. Hell yeah.
What about
Fred
mine?
again's amazing, and Brian Eno is amazing, and together,
Yeah,
it's a force to be reckoned with.
for sure.
Me, I am simple, so I like older 90s stuff, so I'm usually good with like Smashing Pumpkins. Any of their albums are great.
Yes.
So
Siamese Dream is like one of my favorite
Yes.
albums of all time.
yes. So been to quite a few of their concerts. They're great.
Yes.
So
Billy Corgan.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm easy.
Okay, Kaiden.
Back to what Dad said, the same album. I mean, me and him found that album around the same time. It just hits home to those same notes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It helps you get through things.
Yeah. I gotta check this album out.
It's
I didn't even.
It's a
I
great
didn't
album.
even know Fred again and Eno did an album together.
They used to live together, like in the same area. He's
Okay.
like basically his godfather.
yeah.
That's a good Godfather to have.
Yeah.
Really good guy.
Fred again is sick.
Yeah.
He is sick.
Like they were neighbors, so then that's how they knew each other, and that's how they eventually created the album together. We already know what you're
We
gonna
already know
say.
my answer. Looking back on what we mentioned before, it's the Beastie Boys. It's
Yes.
always, it always has been.
All right, where do we go to get in touch or say what's up or eat your pizza?
Yeah, everything's Sunday Pizza Company. Our Instagram is Sunday Pizza Company. Our website sundaypizzacompany.com. Usually we're pretty loyal to the Sunrise Farmers Market. They're kind of the ones that gave us like our first spot. So we just keep showing up because we believe in loyalty, and that's where a lot of our regulars come from. But we do a lot of events, so we're always around.
You gonna be at Expo this year?
Thanks to you. Yeah, we'll be at Expo this year.
You came through for us.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm glad you're coming.
All of us are coming.
All right, good,
Well,
good. All right, well,
Yeah,
look
we'll be
out
there.
for these guys, and thank you so much for being the first family on Pie to Pie.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you, Alex.
I just wanna be